The Palestinians are not being offered a state. They are being offered autonomy in a very small area, much smaller than the West Bank, and eventually they have nothing that they can show that this is a real Palestinian state.
But they're being offered a capital in East Jerusalem and $50 billion plus the promise of a multi-year settlement construction freeze. Those are tangible things.
Money is not an issue here. We are not talking about money. We are talking about ideology. We are talking about nationality, and this is out of the table, I think. What they are being offered in East Jerusalem is not East Jerusalem. It's Abu Dis. And Abu Dis is not part of the Jerusalem city. Israel annexed the village Abu Dis and made it part of Jerusalem according to the Israeli law. But in the eyes and the narrative of the Palestinians, Abu Dis is not Jerusalem, it's not El Quds, and therefore this is not a capital for them in Jerusalem, it's somewhere else. But this is not only the only issue. All the core problems, all the core issues that are on the agenda between us and the Palestinians have no reasonable solution in this plan. Nothing. The Palestinians are just keep getting no, no, no to any demand of them. We are talking about territory. We are talking about refugees. We are talking about immigration into the Palestinian so-called state. This is not a state. This is occupation, and the name should be changed. Instead of peace to prosperity, it should be annexation to apartheid, because this is what is being offered.
Yitzhak, when you read some of the details here, some of the things that the U.S. administration is actually saying they want to see, do you think it's foolish, or do you think this is a strong and realistic first step?
Well, first of all, a slight correction. This is not 180 pages. It's 181.
No, it's interesting you said that. The very last page is a blank page, so I kept it out. It's a blank page with a seal.
It's 181 because I read it all night and we need to be
So tell me your
familiar
first thoughts here before the break.
Look, first of all, there are good things and there are bad things. The first thing is that with this publication, there will be no leak in the newspapers. There will be no rumors. Everybody will know exactly what the Americans are presenting.
And for the first time, there's a map. There's an actual map with borders, so you can see it.
This is the first time that you have a comprehensive the deal of the century, and not rumors or not leak in the newspapers.
Okay.
The second point is that this is not a peace plan like the one of Clinton, for instance, or John Kerry, or even Reagan, or even not Ehud Barak or Ehud Olmert. Those are concepts, guidelines, which are open for discussion. This means, from the American side, and they said it quite clearly, and I think that Benjamin Netanyahu said yesterday, I am ready to open negotiations. The Palestinians have the right, according to that plan, to come with their own narrative, to sit down on the table of negotiations, and to make their point. They can ask to change, they can make requests, they can discuss it, and probably or eventually they will reach an agreement with the Israelis. I think that, strategically speaking, to reject it totally, offhand, without reading this, without discussing this with anybody for the last 2 years, I don't think this is wise, politically speaking. Now, if you would like to go into the details, you have good things and bad things.
We're going to talk more.